Good morning. It's Saturday, October 14th, and there are horrendous events going on around the world, Israel in particular. But there is one horrendous event going on in the United States that really deserves a lot more attention than it seems to be getting. And that event is the fight for Speaker of the House. Of course, Steve Scalise has now backed out of contention. And that leaves us speakerless, and the Republicans don't know what to do about it. They can't manage to put together a coalition that will at least introduce somebody to be the Speaker of the House. And that is a disaster, because nothing gets done without a Speaker of the House. And I said the other day that Nancy Pelosi should come back and be the Speaker again. And why would that be so terrible? If a minority of the House, so to speak, a minority by about 4 or 5 people, had the Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House is supposed to be a neutral body. Not supposed to be a Democrat or a Republican. It's supposed to be a leader. So here we are, futzing around. And the Republicans have just shown the world how inept they are. They're not a government organization. They do not have the good of the country in their mindset. They are a disaster as a political party. They have turned into a piece of crap. I remember when the Republicans were less conservative, less right-wing, willing and able to compromise and get things done. But this group is a sorry group. We have men like Jim Jordan running around in front of that group, and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz. I mean, what is this world coming to? It's a disaster. It's a disaster, and the United States has no indication that there is any viable candidate who could secure 217 votes, the amount that's needed to win the Speaker role. And people are worried about how long this standoff will last. And what is it going to cost us? I don't know what it's going to cost us, but it's costing us a lot in the view of the rest of the world. Our reputation is in the sewer. But worse than that, there are major things that have to get done. There's funding that needs to be continued. We now have Israel in need of help, in addition to the Ukrainian help, in addition to the border, in addition to every damn thing that goes on in this country. We need a Speaker of the House. And the Speaker of the House doesn't even have to be a member of Congress. We can find somebody who is Speaker of the House. Maybe a retired mayor of some small city will do the job. But it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace that continues to linger and put black marks left and right on the country. Coalesce around a candidate is a monumental disgrace. Even if they can't make their mind up, they have to do something quickly. Even if the thing that they elect to do sucks, at least do something. This is uncharted territory, and it has effectively frozen the chamber, as well as the country, as well as the government, in major international and domestic crisis. And it's more than the war in Israel against Hamas. It's the potential shutdown that is looming in mid-November. So I have an idea. If I was searching around and looking for somebody, I would go and ask Liz Cheney to come out of her retirement or whatever it is, to come back and help us. She was a Republican of the old kind, the kind that the Republicans hate now. Why couldn't Liz Cheney come back and be the Speaker of the House if Nancy Pelosi isn't available? You have to think outside the box in this situation. And the Republicans have themselves in a box that is unbreakable right now. Are they ever going to come and coalesce behind somebody to be the Speaker of the House? I doubt it. I doubt it, because they are so split and so rigid. They are ridiculous. The reports keep coming out of how the tensions are boiling over among the House Republicans and how frustrated at the impasse and how concerned they are about the path forward. But has any one of them stepped up and said, look, I'll do the job. Let's get this shit over with? Does any one of them have the collusions to step forward and take a position and demand that they get their work done? Somebody. Just shows you how stupid they are. They put up a man like Jim Jordan. Why isn't he stepping forward and said, look, I'll be the Speaker and I will change my ways? But he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't change his ways for the country. He's a rock-hard moron. And so are the many other Republicans that are sitting in those offices. There isn't even a group of 5 or 10 who are sane enough to try and pull this mess out of the toilet bowl, so to speak. So when they ask people whether they're against Jim Jordan, they refuse to answer. They refuse to answer any questions about the situation. And they're not giving in to what a small group of holdouts have been pushing for. And all of that stuff is not necessarily Jordan's fault. But these holdouts don't give a shit about the country. And 5 individuals said they would vote only for Jim and not for Steve. And some other people said they're not going to do this and they're not going to do that. Well, what are they going to do? If you give a 5-year-old who is misbehaving some more ice cream, they will continue to behave just as badly. You have to step up and show people the way. Bang a couple of heads. You've got to do something. You've got to do something that gets them out of this morass. This is more than just a constitutional standoff, so to speak. This is a nationwide disaster. And several sane Republicans have said the holdouts have made us look like a bunch of morons. Well, you are a bunch of morons if you can't control a small group of outsiders, of those who think outside the box, those who are not prepared to compromise. If you can allow people like that to upset the nation, then you are a party of shitheads. And there's no other word to use to describe this group of Republicans. Because never in our nation's history have we been faced with this conglomeration of moronic, idiotic behavior. You bring the nation to its knees. You bring the world to the verge of disaster. You think nothing about anything except what your own minuscule moronic thoughts are. I'm disgusted, and I leave you with that this morning. Bye.